I tried to surprise my girlfriend for her birthday, but I caught her doing a live cam show in her bedroom. She said it was to fund her education. I felt cheated and broke up with her on the spot. She is 19 and I am 20. I will name her Sophie, and we have been together since we were in year 9 at school, English terms. I'm a few months older than her, so I was 14 and she was 13. We've never split in this time period or done anything with anyone else. It's been what my mother described as a perfect teenage romance. When me and Sophie were getting older, Sophie had a big falling out with her female friends during high school/sixth form while she dealt with some family trouble. I stood up for Sophie, which made things worse. So at that time she decided she wanted to move away for university to experience life away from our hometown, as she put it, and to make new friends. I was upset, but I understood. She was crying a lot. She was upset quite a bit because of her friends dumping her, and I didn't want to be selfish and try and convince her too much to stay around. I told her, of course, that I would miss her very much, but for her own sake and mental well-being, I wouldn't object and I wouldn't leave her because of it. I have noticed that other than money worries, she has been much better since joining university, and our relationship got back to how it was, with no one to interfere in the middle of it. The problem is, however, last week I drove down on Friday night after I finished work to surprise my girlfriend as her birthday is coming up. She didn't know I was coming. She thought I was coming on the Saturday morning, but I wanted to spend all day with her, and I thought it would be cute to surprise her. I get to her house, and her housemate answers and lets me in. I whisper shush to her, so Sophie didn't know I was there, and sneak upstairs with a bouquet of flowers and her birthday gift in my hands. This is when I open up her bedroom door. To my horror, she was on a well-known campsite doing a show. My jaw was in China. I was so shocked. She quickly shut her laptop and I just left, while she tried to get me to stay, but I told her there, and then we were through. After I cleared my head and decided this needed sorting, I messaged her that I would meet her in a random bar in her university town that she normally goes to on a Friday night anyway. I asked her straight up why. She told me that she's been struggling with finances for quite some time since her parents aren't very supportive. That's true, and she has had to rely on her student loans. Her student loan is the full amount for a UK student since her parents earn under the threshold. I tell her that fair enough. I know it's hard, but why couldn't she get just a weekend job or something similar for when she's not at university instead of being a cam girl? She told me she wasn't going to give up her weekends out drinking, and that is part of the university lifestyle, which pissed me off because if you were struggling so much, you wouldn't be able to go drinking every weekend. She told me she never told me because she knew I would react bad. I did react bad. She betrayed my trust, and she might not have physically cheated on me, but in a way, it feels like she has. I told her we were done unless she gave up the cam work. She told me no. I just walked out and left. Ever since, my phone has been blowing up. I've blocked her on most things as I'm still incredibly hurt. I don't think I could go back now even if she did agree to stop now, because clearly her boozing and cam sessions are more important than me. I'm unsure how to proceed. At the moment, I feel like I am in the right and feel underappreciated. Did I do the right thing? And if I have, or haven't, what should my next steps be? Best comments. I'm amused by the people who are all, she hid it because she knew how you would react. She was right to hide it. You don't keep trust in a relationship by simply not telling your partner things that will upset them. If she honestly did not see this as a problem, she would have told you and talked about things. I have no problem with any kind of sex work. However, she knew this would end your relationship, so she hid it. That's shady behavior. You're better off without her, and she'll be happier not hiding and sneaking around. She has the right to make money how she wants. But the fact remains that she lied to you for nearly a year and was unapologetic when you were clearly hurt by her behavior. You don't need someone who dismisses your feelings like that. You did the right thing. There's plenty of other people out there, dude. She seems to think I have a problem with her just because she's a cam girl. The problem I have is she's my girlfriend and she's a cam girl. I couldn't give a F if someone single did it. That's their choice. It's purely the fact that I class it as cheating. She's cheating on you so that she doesn't have to stop partying. She's immature and unfaithful. You 100 did the right thing. Even if she stopped now, that won't undo the 9 months she cheated on you. Enjoy the single life. Date other girls. Leave her behind. Wait. She is selling her body not to put food on her plate or to pay for college, but just to keep having money to go drink and party with her friends. She's not girlfriend material, so you've lost nothing. Maybe some STDs that you'll almost certainly be getting from her if you continue with her. Update number 1. 3 days after the first post. Last night, I decided late on I'd go to a party with people I went to school with. The awkward thing though is I didn't know Allison would be there, who is Sophie's best friend from our area. Me and Allison have always gotten along really well, and we were never particularly close, but we've never had a problem with each other. She saw me and told me that whilst she doesn't agree with the camming behind my back and told Sophie to tell me. She's upset that we split up, and so is Sophie. Apparently, she's known for a while. I told Allison that it's more than just being a cam girl. It's the fact I didn't have the choice to be okay with it. The fact she's doing it and blowing it on drinks and whatever else on a weekend, and how I felt undervalued that she would prefer to make money this way than try to save our relationship. Allison said she could see my point, but Sophie sees it differently according to her and thinks that I should be okay with it because I never knew what was going on and it didn't affect me in any way. I said that people being physically cheated on don't know what's going on, but it still affects them. This is how I felt, and that I obviously valued sex differently to Sophie these days. That it would be better if we go no contact to save us pain as we've obviously developed into two different people. And if Allison could tell her that, that would be great. Just about 25 minutes ago, I received a text from Allison saying that she told Sophie what I'd said, and Sophie said that it's her body. She can do what she wants, and that shouldn't concern me. That I'm being an idiot and should just accept that she makes more money doing this than I ever could to support herself. She showed me the text. Allison apparently unleashed on her because of how selfish she thought that was by Sophie, and I got the answer I needed in full. This isn't the same person I dated for 6 years. I've noticed changes slowly during university in her that I've ignored until now, but I feel like I just stayed with her because I loved her former self. So now I'm single for the first time in my adult life. I'm going to do things I've missed out on considering my friends have always called me whipped and actually be one of the lads. Best comments. Her decision not to talk to you about it was her big mistake. When people in a relationship become adults, a certain amount of communication is absolutely vital to staying strong. You were absolutely right to get out of it. If she's willing to do that for money without your knowledge despite your 6-year relationship, who knows what that could turn into later on when the stress of student debt, mortgages, etc. hits? Go out and enjoy being an adult with the lads. It feels like a weight pulled off my shoulders that I can go out with my friends on a weekend to a pub/club without the next day getting shouted at because someone she doesn't like me being with was there, or that I didn't tell her I was going out. I understand now why my friends have called me whipped for years, lol. She shouts at you for going out, yet she goes out every weekend because it's the uni lifestyle. Yeah, F that shite. Let's be real here for a minute. Camming is the variety of prostitution. Just like real prostitutes, cam girls/guys are engaging in sexual activity with someone for payment. No matter how much we sugarcoat this with feeling good sentiments, fact is, this not going to change. I am not going to discuss moral side of the prostitution. I want to point out that this is deal-breaker occupation for a lot of people. Questionable profession aside, OP's girlfriend is liar who is trying to gain moral high ground by pulling my body, my rights card. This sentiment has tons of validity in the right situations, but in this case, it's just sorry-ass excuse. Lying is also very common deal-breaker. In short, OP's ex-girlfriend is a lying, cheating prostitute. Yes, cheating because she was having virtual sex with hundreds or thousands of people at the same time, without OP knowledge. And people are still upset. Why is he angry?